Alright guys, so today we're going to continue working on our Twitter clone project. My goal for today is just to get the mobile feed finished. In the last video we implemented the sign-in process, and I also added a log out button here so that we can log out. We'll be removing that here shortly. But I just want to get the mobile version working today, and then we'll move up to the desktop stuff later, probably in the next video or whatever. Um, but that's my goal for today. So let's get right into it. So the way I've got this set up, and the way that I am going to do it going forward is a little bit different. So the way that I've got this set up is I've got a in the boilerplate code, I've got a style sheet, which is the default style sheet for the login page. And it's being fed to each of the every single page the on the site will have this style sheet included. Um, I th- just the way I got it set up, I think I'm gonna leave it like that for now. But for future stuff, just like today, um, I am going to be using a different style sheet. So in my CSS folder, I've added an index feed, so CSS style sheet, and this will only be included on the it'll only be included on the index feed file whenever it's sent to the client. The other thing that I've changed is I've moved around. I've added an extra folder. I'm gonna start adding folders to the views folder. So I've added a feed folder so that way I can kind of keep things separated a little bit. And I'm gonna probably do the same thing for the JavaScript. That way I can just I know which one is which. So I've added the feed folder to the JavaScript, and it's got the index feed.js file in there. Um, so the way that I'm going to be doing this today is, um, if we just look over here at Twitter, I've looked at Twitter a little bit. Um, and the way that we are going to be working on this is we're going to start with the mobile version first. Um, we're going to start with the mobile version first, which it looks like on the mobile version, you scroll down, and this portion right here goes away. You scroll back up and it comes back. And then you've got the buttons here at the bottom. It looks like the um, breakpoint is at 500, where the icon drawer shifts over here to the left. So we'll have to get that working. But for today, I'm planning on just working on the mobile version. We'll implement the uh, tablet and the desktop version later on. But if we look as we expand, so we've got the breakpoint at 500. Once it's above 500, then the icon drawer shifts to the left. And then if we continue to expand, it just expands. Um, it just expands out till we get to 1024. That's when we get this sidebar here. The icon drawer is still here, and then the feed is in the middle, of course. Um, and then if we expand a little bit more, 1100, we get the little messages tray here. And then finally at 1300, we get the full desktop experience. And that's the way that it stays all the way up. But for now, today, we are just going to be focusing on the mobile version. Um, and we will get that implemented. Okay, so I've got some basic markup here, and let's see, I've got some basic markup here. we're going to have a section that is surrounding the entire feed. And So if we look at Twitter here, this is just the mobile version. This is going to be all surrounded inside of this feed's outer section here, because once we get to the desktop stuff, majority of this stuff stays here. Um, I'll have to change the header here, and I'll have to add this section in here. But other than that, and I'll have to hide the nav bar down here. But other than that, for the most part, everything stays the same. There's no real changes to the feed, even all the way up to the desktop version. For the most part, it stays the same. So I mean, once we hit the tablet mode here, once we hit the tablet mode above 500 pixels, we'll have to add this in. But that should be, for the most part, pretty simple. And so then we'll have the nav bar here on the side whenever we get to the tablet mode. We'll have the nav bar on the side, and we'll hide the mobile nav down here, and we'll just create an entirely new side nav. They should, for the most part, be the same. And so everything for the mobile version is going to be contained inside of this feed outer class, or this feed outer section. And then I've got the header, which are this right here. Actually, if I shrink this down, it's this right here. And then I have got the section feed, which is the main feed. And then I've got the navbar mobile down here at the bottom. So, we've got the header, everything's contained, all of this contained inside of the feed outer. And then I've got the header here. Then I've got the main feed here. And then I've got the mobile nav down here. That should hopefully help us to separate it a little bit once we get to the desktop version, because like I said, it's just basic changing some different styles around once we get out of the mobile version. But I've got this basic markup here. So in the header section, the head section is actually going to be the top portion that's got your image up here, and then the Twitter logo, and then the header buttons is going to be the buttons for the feed and for the For You, or the following and the For You buttons. So the header outer class is going to be those two combined. Now, if we look at if we look at the height of this, whenever it's expanded, it looks like it's about 105 pixels expanded. And then whenever it's no longer expanded, it looks like it's about 50 pixels. So we'll set the whole thing to about 105 or 110 pixels in height. And then we will set the buttons themselves to be about 50-ish pixels in height. Alright, so for the head, the only thing we really need to do is we need to have an image tag, and then we've got to have two image tags, one for the the picture, your profile picture, and the other one in the center for the Twitter logo. Um, so I'm going to get I'm gonna go get the images that I need. I don't want that. I'm gonna go get the images that I need, and I will get that started here. Okay, so I've got the images that I need. So the first image is going to be the placeholder image, um, which is just the same image I've got on my Twitter profile. And then the second image is just going to be the Twitter logo, SVG, which I already got from earlier. So the first one is going to be what is the is going to be images slash, and what did I name it? Let's see here. Test image.jpg. JPG. Okay. And there we go. Okay. And we're going to set the class on that as profile image. All right. And then this is going to be of logo. It's going to be the logo. I think the H key's going out on my keyboard. Profile dash image. And then I'm going to need another div here because the way they've got it set up is it's going to be, well, actually, I don't know, because the way they've got it set up is there's one image on the left, and then there's an image in the middle, and there's nothing on the right. So maybe if I set the width of this and had it set to start, and then the width of this had it set to start, set the width of each one to 50%, and then had them both set to start, and then I could just move it as needed with like the padding and stuff. I think I might do that instead. That might be a little bit easier. But the source image for this is going to be in the icons slash, and then which one was it? Icons, and it's going to be logo blue.svg. So it'll be logo underscore blue dot svg. All right. Now there's the logo. And we are going to set both of those to 48 by 48. I think, because I pulled this directly off my Twitter account, I think that Twitter automatically sets this to 48 by 48, but I'm gonna set it anyway. So profile image, and let's have the header head. What did I say the height of that was going to be? Let me see real quick. So it's 110. It's actually about 105 in total. And then that is 50. So it'd be 55 pixels height. So the header head is going to, the header, we should probably start with the header outer. So let's start with the header outer. And we'll set a max height of 110 pixels. and we'll set the min width to 100%, which should that should grab the width from the main right here of 100 view width. So, and the feed outer, we're gonna set the to min width of 100% and min height to 100% to start out with on the that. So now if we, let's see, I want to get the two images. So the profile image, profile image, and set that to height of 48 pixels and a width 48 pixels. And we'll get the logo header as well. We'll do that. And so now, there we go. Got that. It looks a little bit bigger than it should. I might scale it down a little bit. But let's get that implemented first. So now if we inspect here, yeah, header head. That's the feed. That's the header outer, which I haven't added anything else yet to it. And then that's the header head. Okay, so we will. Okay, so I think I'm going to set the. Let's see. Let's actually do this. Separate these in divs. Div. Alright, and then so these two divs are going to be a width of 50% and a width of 50%, so that way it doesn't mess with the image. And then I'm going to set this header head to display a flex, and that should left align this one and center align this one, theoretically at least. So header head, let's do head, and I'm telling you, my H key is broken. Header head, width of 100%. All right, and then and we're actually going to just display of flex. All right, and then the header, let's see. So the header head, and then this is going to be class of profile image outer. All right, and then this is going to be a class of logo logo image outer. Okay, so we'll do that. So we'll do profile image outer, and we'll set the width to 50%, And we will do the same thing for the logo, image, outer. Alright, yeah, it looks like that did work. And it does look like that image is a bit big now that's in the center. Yeah. So if we inspect that, we can see that that's the whole width. This is the first section and this is the second section. All right. And it looks I don't know. Is that centered? I can't really tell if I'm being completely honest. It's close enough to centered. If anything, we can add the other div here and fix it that way. But all right. So the next thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna grab the profile image and I'm going to set the border radius to 50%. That should round off the borders like that. And I think I'm going to change the height of those two things to 32 by 32. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. Closer to the actual Twitter. Yeah. So we'll have that done like that. And then I want to add to the header outer. Is it the header outer? Yeah, to the header outer class, I want to add about, I don't know, 5-ish pixels to the top. So we'll go to the header outer. So we're going to add padding to the top of about 5 pixels. And let's do 8 pixels, see what that looks like. That looks a little bit better. And what is it? I want to align items center. I don't know if that's not going to affect the images. Let's see here what it looks like they might already be centered. Because on the Twitter site itself, it looks like the Twitter logo is a little bit down. It looks like it's a little down. Maybe it's the let's see. Maybe it's the image, because the image looks a little small on mine. So maybe this image, I mean. So maybe we separate this out. Maybe we separate this out to. So we'll do profile image, and then we will do logo header. So we'll separate that out, and then the profile image said to be 48 by 48. Let's try that, see how that works. It looks a little bit big. Let's do 36. See if that works. Maybe if I grab the Twitter image or the logo, is profile image outer. what if I just grab the logo image outer? Logo image outer, where's that located at? Oh, I'm just missing it. Okay, there it is. If I grab the logo image outer and I set display to flex and the logo header I set to align, let's do align self flex end. No, that didn't work. Let's just do this then. Let's do align items flex end. I still didn't do anything because the, let's see. What if I set the height a little bit bigger on that? So if, let's see. So the height on the header outer, and then I've got header head. Header outer. So I've got the max height of 110 pixels. What if I set the what if I set the height of the container around this to a little bit bigger, and then I just drop that down just a little bit? Yeah, let's do that. So the container around these, if I look here, it looks like it's this, the header head. So if I set the header head to, gee, I don't know. Let's do 50. These images are 36, so let's do 50 pixels for the header head. Or what did I say, 55? Or is that the buttons? I can't remember. We'll set the header head to a height of 50 pixels. Alright, and then let's inspect that here. So yeah, so let's do, we'll keep the profile image centered, and we'll set this to be as large as the outer container, and we'll drop it down. Yeah, so let's do, so what did I say that was? That was, so let's just see if we can do logo image outer. Align self flex end. There we go. That looks a little bit better. I still, I don't know. The I don't know. The image looks a little bit small, or a little bit bigger. On the site. So let's change this to a 28 by 28. See what that looks like. Okay. And then, yeah, that looks a little bit better. And then I want to actually see what happens when I do this. Okay, so still need that padding. I just need it like, instead of 8 pixels, I need to be 3 pixels-ish. Yeah, that looks better. Yeah, that looks look a little bit better. I'll see. Let's change these to 40 and 40. I'm just playing around with sizes right now. That looks a little... See, that looks a little too big now. It's very hard to tell. Let's see. See, that looks about right, but the Twitter bird looks a little too low now. So let's do this, and we will change this back to 32 by 32. And that looks a little bit better. It's for the most part looks almost in line with that, but the still looks like it's down towards the downwards a little bit. Okay, we'll stick with that for now. I'll play around with it later. I'm sure it still won't look great later on, but the profile image, I also want to add some padding to the left of, I don't know, 10 pixels maybe. Why does that look off? Am I crazy? That looked... No, that circle's definitely deforming. So let me, instead of the profile image, we'll do that on the... Let's see. Profile image outer. We'll add some padding to that instead. So, whoops. Copy that. Outer. Padding left 10 pixels. There we go. Okay. That looks good. Alright. And now I still feel like that bird is a little big. Not here. 30 by 30. Okay. I'm gonna call it there. And then we'll go to the header buttons. And we're gonna have a button here. Whoops. Button here and a button here. This will be the class of For You. For You. And this will be class of Following. Alright. And we'll have the For You text, and we'll have the Following. Capital F. No, capital F. There we go. Alright. We refresh. There we go. Okay. Now, the header buttons. We're going to say a width of 100%. So if I look at, width of 100%, and I'm going to say that is a display of flex, and we're going to align item center. Yeah, we're just going to align item center. And justify content. Let's see. Actually, no. We'll just do that, and then we'll set the width on the buttons. So we will grab the For You button and the following button. Actually, header button, and we'll do the header button. There we go. A little bit of a long name, but it's descriptive. That's all that matters. We'll save that. And we will set the width to 50%. Alright, and there we go. And we will do the same for the other one. Following header button. And, nope. Put a dot there. There we go. Okay. Now, let's see. Okay. So, we want the buttons to be, what did I say? It was like 50 pixels. We're going to say 50 pixels. Height of 50 pixels. Refresh that. Actually, we're going to do 45. Or we'll do 50 pixels, and then we'll add a little bit of a padding on the top of that. So let's do header buttons, padding on the top of, I don't know, 10 pixels maybe. Refresh. That looks good. Yeah, that doesn't look bad. Now that these buttons are in, this logo definitely doesn't look like it's centered. So we'll have to fix that. Let's see, the buttons. We're going to remove all of the basic styles off of these buttons. So background, color, none. And background none. Whoops. And yeah, that looks about right. Now, I want to grab each one of these buttons individually, and that's not what I want. I want to set the color to, let's see, I want to grab a couple of those, these. I want to grab these here. Actually, I should have I think, actually, I should have... I don't know. I should, like, because this is still being fed to that. Or primary text, is it, huh? Yeah, I still have access to those styles and everything. So let's grab the for the other one, we'll grab the faded white. Actually, copy that. And we're gonna do color, var faded white. I think that's, yeah. That doesn't look bad, actually. Now I want to bring the font size up a bit, so let's do font size 1.5 rem, right? There we go. Doesn't look bad. Now the font itself doesn't look very good. I'm not gonna lie. The font itself is definitely not the font used. Well, kinda is. Maybe it's just too big. Let's do a 1.3 rem. Yeah, it looks a little bit better. Okay. So okay, now next we have to work on the hover effects. So for the hover effects, we're going to grab these two classes and hover, and I'm going to just do the exact same thing for this. Hover. Okay. And we're just going to change the cursor to pointer, and we're going to change the background color to let's see, I'm just going to set it to an RGBA color. I know it's like a very light gray. So let's do a 95, 95, 95. And I always hate the way that VS Code implements that. And then the transparency will bring down just a little bit to that. Let's see how that looks. Okay, not bad. The height of the button, I feel like I'm going to have to bring down the font size a little bit. So 1.1 rem, let's do that. Looks a little small, but it is what it is, I guess. And I think it'll look better. Let's change that to 1.2. Refresh that. Okay, that doesn't look bad. Now, is that okay? I want to remove. Is there any margin on that at all? Let's do this. Let's do a border none. There we go. That's what I wanted. It doesn't have any border now. And I feel like the height could go up just a little bit. Um, so, and that transparency can go down just a little bit more, I think. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. That looks a little bit better. Okay. Um, it would help if they were both at $4.99. Okay. Yeah, they've got fade transitions and everything on there too. I'm not gonna do that. Um, let's see. Um, let's see. So I want to now see. I like. Yeah, I think the height needs to go up a little bit more. Um, so let's go to 55 pixels. See how. Check that out. And I feel like no, no, it's definitely centered. Um, I mean, it's close enough. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it looks for the most part pretty good. Um, and okay, so the next thing I want to do is we need to work on the nav bar down here, and I'm going to have that fixed to the bottom. So yeah, I'm gonna move from here to down here, and then we'll do the feed in between. Um, so let's just work on the nav bar. So the nav bar, if we look at the nav bar, if I can, um, we want the height. I know the nav bar height doesn't change. It looks like it's about 50 pixels in height. Yep, I would definitely say it's at 50 pixels in height. So the navbar mobile, because remember we need to distinguish between the mobile navbar and the desktop navbar. So the mobile navbar, we're going to set a width of 100% and a height of 50 pixels. All right, and then we're going to have that position of fixed bottom 0. And then if we just change the background color to white and we refresh, that should be fixed to the bottom there. Perfect. So that will be our nav bar. So I'm going to grab the icons real quick that we need. I'm just going to steal them from Twitter. So BRB. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've got the SVG files for these down here. So let's get rid of that and change that back to black. Now, let's see. Let's go back over here. And the navbar mobile, it looks I'm gonna start with spacing them evenly, and then yeah, I'm gonna start with spacing them evenly. So we'll set a display of flex, and we're going to justify content space evenly. All right, and then yeah, we'll start with spacing them evenly, and the width is 100%, and we got the height. Okay, so I need 4 image tags. All right, and then let's see. So I want the icons slash mobile home icon, mobile home icon dot svg. All right, and then here I want the, what is it, the search. I want icons slash mobile search icon.svg, and then here icon slash it is the notifications, so mobile notifications icon.svg. All right, and then the last one, icons slash mobile messages icon.svg. There we go. Now if we refresh, okay. It doesn't even look like the because I spelled notifications wrong. What a surprise. My F key. I think I need a new keyboard. Notifications. Still didn't spell it right. Okay, let's do this. Rename, copy, and we will paste that in there. Let's try it one more time. There we go. Now we got a little dot. Now I'm going to set classes on all of these. Not there, not there, not that, and there. And the class is going to be mobile nav icon. Okay, and close that out, and let's go back over here. Let's grab the mobile nav icon, and we're going to set a height of 32 pixels. Let's see how that works. Okay, and I probably need to set a width as well. 32 pixels. Okay, that did not work. Why? I have the little dots, but let's see here, because I did open them up and I did make sure that they were working. Yeah, it's right here. Can't really see it very well, but it is there. So why are you not showing? I got dots to show up. That's about it though. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird, kind of weird, kind of weird. Let me see if I can fix this. Okay, so I've got the icons working again. Seems like something went wrong whenever I was playing with the SVG files. So I got that fixed. Next thing I want to do is I'm going to need to surround all of these images in divs because we're going to have to deal with the the hover effect for each one of them. So I'm going to surround those in divs. Also, the spacing is a little off. I don't like the spacing. So I've got to fix with the divs as well. So we are going to, actually, let's add a class, nope, not there, there. I'm going to add a class of, mobile nav icon wrapper. Okay, and then these are going to be a little bit bigger, and I changed the height and width of the icons as well to 25 by 25. I think it looks a little cleaner with it being a little smaller like that. So actually, before we do that, the navbar mobile, I want to add a border top. There's going to be solid 1 pixel with a variable of primary text. Let's see how that looks good. That looks like garbage. I'm not gonna lie, that looks like garbage. I think we can add the faded white instead. That looks a little bit better. Now, I need to also align items center. There we go. That looks better. Now, these icons are like that. Okay. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to calculate the width of... I'm going to calculate the... No, that ain't going to work, is it? Is that good? No, that's not going to work. It might work. Let's see what happens. Let's play with it a little bit. So, we will grab this here again. Mobile nav icon wrapper. All right. And we are going to set the width equal to calculating the 100 view width divided by 4. Let's see if that does not work at all. Let's see what it did here. And I wonder, it may have actually worked. I may just need to center align those items now. So let's do a display of flex, and we're going to align items center, justify content center. Let's try that. Let's see if that works. Oh my gosh, it worked, and I think it looks nearly identical. Well, I wouldn't say nearly identical, not in a long shot, but it looks pretty close, I would say, to the actual Twitter thing. So let's see. I want to on this wrapper, now let's check this out first. Is that the... Okay. So let's set the height to 100%, right? And now that should give us the height. There we go. And let's actually now see, it's calculated the width of that divided by 4. It's center align the items. Now my thing is, how am I gonna get the border? Or I might be able to, I might have to add another div. I might have to add another div for the because it's got a faded bubble or a hover bubble around it whenever whenever you hover over it. So yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. I think I shouldn't need any more divs. So I've got the wrapper, and then we'll add another div here, and this will be our test one, a class of this will be a class of I don't know, hover wrapper. And the hover wrapper, and let's actually make that more descriptive, mobile nav hover wrapper. Save that and put a dot there, and let's do a height of 30 pixels and a width of 30 pixels. And now that hover wrapper, yeah, now I should be able to, I might have to up that a little bit, that size a little bit, but we'll see, we'll play with it. We're going to do a display of flex, justify content center, align items center, oops, center. Now I want to save that, refresh. Now that should go back to the way it did. Okay, now that's center aligned. Now, let's see. Let's change this to 35 by 35. And looks all right. Now let's add a hover on that. And we will set the background color to be a variable, faded white. Hey, that kind of works. Let's do the border radius of 50%. Hey, that looks decent. I just need to up the size just a little bit. Let's do 40 by 40. We'll refresh that. Hey, that looks not too bad. It's definitely too dark, but I would definitely say that for the most part looks good. We'll change that color. instead of having a variable, we'll just do RGBA. And we'll make that a very light one, and we'll bring the alpha channel down. Rid of that, and get rid of all this. All right, let's refresh and see how it looks, and it doesn't look at all because I don't have a semicolon there. Gosh darn semicolons. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Yeah, I like that. Might bring the alpha channel down just a smidge more. No, I think that's a little smidge too much, actually. Whoops. Refresh. There we go. Okay. Maybe up just a smidgen more. There we go. Let's try that. Refresh there. Yeah, it looks good. I like it. Okay. Now we just need to add that class to, and actually add that div with that class to all of the other ones. So let's copy this. Let's do a div with a class, and we're going to, whoops. All right, and we're going to do another div with a class, not that, and I need to grab the last one there. There we go. And move that up in, save that. And we'll do a this, whoops. Let's do this. And we'll move this up in, save that. Now if we refresh, they should all have that. Fantastic. Now this, I gotta play with the icons a little bit. This one is a little stretched. I don't know how I manage that. I will fix that. I don't know why it looks a little stretched, but I will fix it. But now I want to, on the hover, I want to add the cursor pointer, and now we've got the cursor pointer. Fantastic. Alright, I think this video is running a little long, so I think I'll end it there. I'll call it a day for now. I'm trying to shorten these videos a little bit because I don't really like the 3-hour videos. So in the next one, we will work on the actual feed itself. Right now, we've just got the layout done. We'll work on the feed itself in the next video. So if you did like the video, make sure you slap a like on it. Make sure you subscribe. I will continue to upload more and more, as much as I possibly can. So thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.